Good morning and welcome to Wednesday here at the Mid Morning Show Coffee Break. I'm Deb along with Gerad Hall, and Jeremy Jones is keeping us all together this morning. And we're glad you're with us as we start a new day. Closing out 2020. It's getting ever so close. We've only got today, tomorrow, and then, we're into 2021.
Deb, how are you going to ring in the new year?
I am going to be sleeping like I do every new year lately.
Yeah, me too.
It used to be a really big thing. Do you remember when you just couldn't wait to have 12 and the ball drop, see all the, well, of course we don't see the ball. We see the ball drop at 11 here.
It's true, we do.
Yeah, but then just get so excited when the new year begins. And
yeah. I think it's probably been a good decade at least since I've strove for that, midnight hour.
I mean, there used to be a lot of like New Year's Eve parties at churches. I don't know if you remember that, where you'd play games at church and then have a service,
right?
Like bringing in the new year, and then at midnight you'd go home and have more, revelry there.
Right.
I remember my mom had a party one time. I remember as a kid after the midnight service, and I remember vacuuming at 3 a.m. And I don't know why I had that memory, but
because it was so disturbing. It was traumatic.
And that is Citizen Way. How sweet the sound here at Moody Radio Quad Cities. And as we close out 2020, we're looking back and seeing, what are things has God been able to do through my life? What have I accomplished in 2020? And Gerad, I got to say, you topped the list of things. You were telling me things that you did this year. Share with our listeners all that God has done in your life. And using you.
Yeah, well, I think for a lot of people, life changed pretty quickly for me in March in terms of what I had planned. A lot of things got canceled that I was planning on doing. I had several different types of tours that I was going to lead that all got canceled. And so after the initial shock, and once I kind of got my head around the fact that this was going to last for a while, I sat down one day and kind of assessed my life verses. And that are kind of the guiding light for what I do or don't do in ministry, and looked for what would fit with this extra time. And so I launched a podcast in June called Hall Talk, based off the inspiration of Jeremy's title for my Bible devotion segment. Yeah, I'm giving you full credit for that title idea, and Ken's encouragement that I considered doing a podcast. And so I launched that in June, and then in March, Lewis Knudsen, who was singing the carols with everybody a couple weeks ago, him and I started an online church service when churches shut down. And then in September, that became a physical church plant at Quad City Christian High School. And then just 2 weeks ago, I finished the manuscript for a book that I'll be mailing in to hopefully get published next week. So
you launched a church, a website, and wrote a book.
A podcast, yeah. Yep, podcast, and yeah. So it was none of the things I set out to do in 2020, but it was kind of a rebound from what life gave me.
So it seems to me, though, that God has offered you an incredible opportunity this year to do some things that maybe you wouldn't have done if there wasn't the pandemic.
Well, and so Lewis and I are really good friends, and that's kind of been the story of our years, that there's things that we were planning on doing that we couldn't do, and as a result, trying to leverage that in a way that would be pleasing to the Lord. And so for him, it was, instead of doing as many gigs, it's been getting into music production, and for me, instead of doing as many things in person, it's been doing more things behind the scene. So,
Yeah. It's really neat how God moves and directs us in our life, and maybe you have a story like that. Maybe you took up a hobby this year.
Yeah.
Or were able to, maybe you wrote a book like Gerad did. We'd love to hear what are some of your accomplishments. And it's not to brag, it's just to say, God is so good. He gives us things to do.
Right.
Even in the midst of turbulent times, we have a purpose to fulfill. And I think that's exciting to know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's all Him.
Right.
It's not about us.
Right.
But so give us a call or text us at 800-221-9356, or you can even put your comments on Facebook if you're listening to us on Facebook Live. Here's Jeremy Camp. Keep me in the moment. Good advice here on Moody Radio. I mean, I think that's really neat. I think that's really neat how God is using all those gifts that you have, not in the way that maybe you thought they were going to be used.
Right.
Because there's
Yeah.
no way we could have planned for
No.
for what happened this year. None of us.
No.
But maybe something happened that really opened a door of opportunity for you, and you're looking back and saying, I wouldn't have done it if I had a normal 20 year.
Yes. And that's why I think a biblical perspective of God's sovereignty is so important, is because
Sorry.
in the midst of a disorienting circumstance, you can go, I'm disoriented, but God's not disoriented.
That's right.
And so it allows us to take advantage of what the Lord has decided to do with the world. And back to your puzzle analogy, how we fit into that. So,
Right. Right. And so that's kind of what we're asking for this morning. How have you seen God put you in the places you needed to be this year, and work through you to accomplish his purpose? I mean, he does that each and every day
does.
for us and gives us opportunity. Maybe it's a service opportunity that you had that you didn't even think of that was going to
I think-
occur, like even reaching out to neighbors or doing more with your little pod, where whoever you decided were the people that you could be around during the pandemic. And
Well, I think you have an idea that you're going to use at your church in terms of writing cards to encourage nurses and other frontline workers. And I think by and large, our front line has been a group of people that largely go unthanked
right.
in society. And I think this year has drawn appropriate amount of attention to them. And it's given the church a chance to love on them and care for them in
And we
in a
need
way
to
that's
keep
pleasing
doing
to the
that.
Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to keep doing that and being thankful because they are every day working so hard, long hours
Yeah.
in a dangerous situation. So, and with compassion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and keep in mind that, there are things that we also wanted to do that we didn't do, goals that we set that we didn't accomplish, and that doesn't mean that we should, feel like a failure. Those are things just to continue to pursue in the future. There's things
right.
I set out to do that I didn't do that are still now looking towards the future to do. So, and so you may not have the success stories, but that doesn't mean that we quit striving. So,
And isn't it true that when we think about accomplishments or anything like that, I mean, when we have a pandemic like this, some of the things we think are so very important to accomplish maybe aren't that important.
right. They kind of go,
Maybe
that's
yeah.
off to the
So we
side
think
now.
they're so, vital,
Yeah.
and maybe they're not
Right.
as center as we think they are.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of like a wake up call, like, I haven't done this for 6 months and I've been okay with it.
Right.
I've been alive. I'm kept alive. That is Jeremy Camp with Keep Me in the Moment here at Moody Radio Quad Cities. Hey, that's a good advice as we start the new year. Lord, keep me in the moment and let me see what you have for me right here, right now. And that's kind of what we're talking about this morning as we end the year, looking back. How has God had you in the moment of 2020 for a certain purpose? How have you seen him work in your life?
Yeah, and I think it's really easy for us to get consumed with either looking forward or looking backward. And I think there's wisdom in being present in the moment, especially with people. I think as with phones and smart technology, we're increasingly more distracted and we're not as aware of where we're at. You ever seen the group of people together and all of them are on their phone?
Yeah.
It's like you're all together, but you're not actually together.
Right.
And there's something that could be happening that the Lord could be using in that moment if you're actually present with each other
That's
instead
right.
of distracted or detached. So I think that's a good encouragement.
It is good observation. So, how about you? What have you seen God do this year? What have you learned, or what have you accomplished? We want to share with one another. The good things that happened this year.
Right.
The things where you saw, I was here for this moment.
Yes.
And our phone number is 800-221-9356. You can call or text us this morning or leave a comment on our Facebook page as we are broadcasting live there right now, live streaming on the mid-morning show Coffee Break at 7:15. So I was trying to find, once again, my computer is
Oh, you're
stuck.
trying to find the comments,
Yes,
but you can't.
because my computer's stuck again.
It's because you need a new one, Deb.
No.
It
Okay,
feels
now
like,
I got it.
Oh, it feels like Groundhog's Day, right? Did we have this conversation yesterday?
I got it. Heidi is listening in this morning and with
Good morning,
us,
Heidi.
and Kathy, thank you.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. Also, Lori, good to have you with us
Morning.
this morning. And Jordan, good morning. Thanks for keeping us in the loop, Jordan. How we can be
Yes,
praying
thank
for
you.
you and your family. We're keeping them in our prayers. And and Ken is with us
Wait,
again.
the Ken? Hey, Ken.
Where's that?
The Ken call.
Is Ken with us this morning?
No,
That's the one you wanted.
That's
Sorry,
the one
my
we
bad.
want. Yes.
You
There we go.
didn't want the snow sounder. My
No, I
bad.
understand why you'd be confused. That's been the go-to.
All right, do it again.
Is Ken with us this morning?
Yep.
You didn't hear it, but it
Oh,
happened.
okay, good.
Yeah,
It
but it's
happened.
there. It's real. Yeah. Thanks, Ken, for listening
Yeah,
and
it's
watching,
good to have you with us.
being present.
Phyllis is with us.
Hey, Phyllis.
Good morning, Phyllis. Good to have you with us. How are y'all doing with your snow removal this morning? Anybody having trouble getting through that hard crusted snow?
I had to take a second run to get out of my driveway this morning.
You
yeah,
did?
I came at it and I stopped. That wasn't going anywhere. I got plowed in, and so then I had to pull in, and then I had to give it a little gas to bust out of that snow and get back onto the street. So we'll see how it goes getting into the driveway when I get home, because I'm pretty sure my wife's not going to clear the driveway while I'm here. I'm 99.9% sure that she's not going to fire up the snowblower.
Well,
Nor would I want her to.
You've got 3 kids at home, little
That's
kids.
right.
So.
You know,
Yeah.
I was talking with a buddy yesterday because we were talking about how this snow is supposed to be a wetter snow, a better packing snow for
right.
like snowball fights.
Yes.
But another thing is it's probably good fort making snow. And so all you need to do is tell your kids, let's build a fort, use the snow from the driveway first.
Right, like a beaver. Sorry, yesterday Deb was demonstrating how she dug out her car once when she was here before there were shovels. She said I was going like this, like a beaver. And I didn't know beavers dug like that. So things you learn during the morning show with Deb.
Oh, boys. But if you do have a picture of your driveway or outside your house, we'd love to see it this morning, see what you're seeing. You can
Yes.
put it right here on Facebook Live as we, dig out from that kind of the first storm, real storm
This year, yeah.
of the
yeah.
season. I mean, we had one a little bit earlier, but
Not much.
yeah, not much. This is quite significant. I think there was like 7 inches in Bettendorf or something like that. So
Yeah.
7:19 is the time here at Moody Radio Quad Cities. Glad to have you with us here at Moody Radio Quad Cities. And we have something special on our website that you can access called Hindsight 2020. And what it is a group of resources that are audio, blogs, books that have to do with closing out the year strong and getting ready and pumped up for a new year. And it's all free.
I like the idea of being pumped up.
Right. Looking forward with expectation and hope.
Right. We need that right now.
And so just, Mark Job is on there, Chris Fabry, just a number of people have resources there, and you can find them at moodyradio.org/Quad Cities. Just click on Hindsight is 2020. And yeah, get ready for 2021.
And there's
Yeah.
also something online to help you potentially get ready for 2021, which is our Future Self Thank You giveaway.
What's in that?
So in that is a few resources. One, Your Future Self Will Thank You with Drew Dick, who did an interview with 2 days ago. And then also some really good Bible study material. A copy of the Ryrie Study Bible, the copy of the Moody Bible Commentary, along with Bible and
Wow.
Breakfast. And so some really great resources. We're giving away 5 of those. And so you can go online up until Saturday, January 9th, and enter to win a copy of that.
And that's right there, right next to Hindsight is 2020.
Yes.
You just click on your future self will thank you
Hindsight,
giveaway.
future self, look at that.
I know. Just click on it, put your name in to win, and who knows, you could win that wonderful book bundle
That's right.
for 2021. It's great to have you with us this morning. Here's music from Ryan Stevenson as we head toward news time with the reason why we're here, and that's to share the gospel, because the gospel is what makes a way for us. So do we have any pictures yet?
I imagine it's still pretty dim at most people's houses with the cloud coverage.
Yeah. So Kathy said my snow guy came in the middle of the night to clear my driveway, my snow angel. That's really...
I just want folks to know that if you do go to our post with the picture of the snow at the station, that is not the Christmas star in the background. It could be mistaken as the Christmas star, but that is actually just a light that's in our parking lot.
Thank you, Jeremy, for making that clarification. Should I share with people what I did?
I mean, at this point, you should.
Yeah, I should probably share.
With the setup like that,
Yeah.
you should continue.
So,
Yes.
you know, that night the conjunction was taking place. My husband and I traveled out here to see the Bethlehem Star.
Did
the
you
Christmas
really?
Star. Yeah. Only it was cloudy.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But I was turning my camera on. I saw the light.
Oh.
And it was just perfect the way it was shining.
Right. Yeah.
And so
You took a picture of it?
I took a picture of it. And and then I sent it to Ken. I said, "Look, we saw the Christmas star." And he said, "Wow, that's so bright."
It was lens flare that J.J. Abrams would have been proud of.
I mean, it was one of
That's
those.
quite the camera you got there, Deb.
It was just a fun moment.
It
was
looks
just a
like the
fun
Christmas
moment.
star is like 20 feet away.
It did. It really did. It was the angle. It was
Yeah.
the angle. It made it look like a star. It looked just exactly like a star from the angle. And anyway.
What trickery, Deb. I had no idea that you were capable of such duplicitous nature. Yeah. Well, now we know.
You got to have a little fun in life.
Now we know what Ken lives with. Yeah. Everyone thought Deb was the sweet, innocent one. As it turns out, she has a few tricks up her sleeves.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
That's
But
funny,
anyway.
though.
I mean, it does.
Yeah, it's
It
funny.
looks like a star if you're just right. You
Yeah.
have to, if you're below it a little bit. Like I'm short, so I'm, looking up.
I mean, yeah, short,
Yeah, but
shorter.
shorter.
Yeah. Fair. And Jeremy, I understand now your clarifying comment of why people shouldn't be confused in the photo that you posted.
It all makes sense now.
It does. It's all coming together for me. Complete 360 panoramic. Yeah.
But it's wonderful that we can look forward to a new year, though, and to other,
Pictures
wonderful
of street
pictures
lamps
and
and
street lamps.
being passed off as stars. Yeah. Looking
Well, I was
forward to
telling
that.
you, I was reading Narnia, so
Yes, you were. Yeah.
I took a picture of my outside lamp, and it kind of looks like Narnia too. So
Do you have a lamppost that looks like the Narnia lamppost?
I do. I'll show you later.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
show you the
excited.
picture. Yeah, but our time together is done for the day. But tomorrow will be our last Ken and Deb in the morning mid-morning show coffee break for 2020. We're closing the door on 2020. Tomorrow's the last day.
Slamming the door.
So we hope you
Locking
can
it.
join us for then. Otherwise, enjoy your Wednesday. Have a great day in the Lord. Serve Him. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Snow, 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 snow.